Canada, my native home, my own, known, strong and free. From far and wide, may he send on God. I need the words.
So it is time then for the 9th round of the 2006 season. It's the Canadian Grand Prix then from Montreal. Yes, I know the F106 career mode has been gone for quite a while, but now we are back then on this game, and after this race we will be halfway through the season, so definitely I want to be finishing this season before F1 2016 comes out, so be trying my best to get you guys at least a race a week hopefully, and there's definitely the American Grand Prix coming on Monday. Sadly, Britain, that footage did corrupt. We did finish 6th, but this race is equally as thrilling, if not even more. You guys are just going to have to wait and find out. But Ralf Schumacher then is somehow on pole, and we have 5 pairs of lights then, and we are finally then racing in Canada. We're off to an absolute lightning bolt start right behind our teammate. We didn't really have anywhere to go, and the Super Guris actually made a very good start, but was very slow through there. Already up then into 15th place, coming through this very tricky turn 1. Very easy to make contact with the cars. We're going to be taking it very cautiously, but actually we are gaining a multitude of positions. Already up into 12th place, and then trying to get past Nico Rosberg, and just about, yes, we have got past the Williams driver. We're now up into 11th place then behind Giancarlo Fisichella, who's battling with a Ferrari, and hopefully we can just try and get between those two. Fisichella will probably be compromised out of this next corner, but we can't quite close up to him, and we are going to have to bide our time then to get 11th place already then on the opening lap. This has been an absolute lightning bolt start. Probably our best start, of course, since the Spanish Grand Prix, where we led after turn 1 from last on the grid. But anyway, we should be able to get a very good run out of this final corner, but we so nearly didn't have a front wing out of that corner because we so nearly went into the back of the Renault driver, even having to get onto the grass then. But there's yellow and red flags out then. There's some oil on the track, and there was cars absolutely everywhere, some going slowly and some burnt out. Look, there's Jenson Button clearly with an engine fire, but we are up now into 5th place then in this race, and right on the back of Kimi Räikkönen. We were massively helped out there by that yellow and red slippery surface flag, and now we've also got the run on Kimi Räikkönen. We might just be able to make a pretty audacious move into the hairpin, because we are getting further and away into the braking zone we go then, and we just about managed to make that move stick. And coming out of this final corner, we get a fantastic drive. The AI seem to be losing about a second coming out of the hairpin, so that's definitely a very big positive for us. And a couple of laps later, we are indeed on the back of Fernando Alonso for the final podium spots. We haven't really run this high since, of course, that Spanish Grand Prix. But of course, in that race, we ran into the back of the Toro Rosso and lost one of our wheels. So hopefully, we're not going to suffer a similar fate in this race. And right on the back now of Fernando Alonso in the Renault, of course, the champion in real life and one of the big championship contenders in this career mode. And just hopefully we can try and get the run out of here, and yes indeed we can, but we just can't really find a way past. Possibly can we cut to the inside in this next corner? Yes, we're going to go down the inside then of the Spaniard. We've made that move stick, and we are up on to the final podium spot, but Alonso is coming right back at us, and we're going to have a tough job defending from him, because he's pretty much managed to get his wheel just about level with our back wheel. Indeed, he is now in front of us, but we should be able to get him back at the hairpin, if not onto the entry, then certainly on the exit. Down to 4th now, but hopefully we can just try and get past him. We do go into the back of him there, but no damage done, and we just can't quite get around him. And similar story into turn 1 as well, but we do run a bit wide. We've gone onto the grass there and incurred a 9-second slow down penalty. Not the best driving from us, but a bit harsh from the game really. I mean, but maybe I probably should have slowed down a bit more, and indeed we have lost 4th place to Kimi Räikkönen, but we absolutely just floor it and take it back, and throwing caution to the wind. We're also now up into 3rd place there, so obviously somebody has pit fairly early on, and we're right back onto the back of Fernando Alonso, who's not driving his best race so far. He's being quite compromised by very slow entries into corners, and we've gone down the inside once again it's coming a fairly popular passing place, but we are now into the pits then from second place in this race, and hopefully a good pit stop will put us in contention with Rubens Barrichello, of course, the race leader. Ralf Schumacher, of course, somehow managed to put his Toyota on pole, but he seemingly has dropped back quite a bit now, down into 4th place. But hopefully Rosberg and Barrichello will pit, and indeed they do, and we do come out in the after all the pit stops are shaken out in 2nd place, and now we might have a run, and indeed we do. We've taken the lead of the 2006 Canadian Grand Prix in our Midland. What a race it has been, but of course it is not won yet. We still have 7 laps to go, and Barrichello is all over the back of us, and he's regained the lead of this race, and we go right into the back of him, taking no caution really through that final chicane, and just absolutely going for it. And indeed we are right behind him once again on the following lap, coming out the hairpin. Can we get a good drive? Maybe not quite as good as the last lap, but certainly we are right with the Honda man, right with the Brazilian, of course, fresh from leaving Ferrari. He's keen to prove himself, and this will be a great result for him, but it'd be an even better result for me and the whole Midland team. Then coming out the final corner, we've not really taken the best line into there, but on to the next lap then, and hopefully we can get a better run through the chicane. Indeed we do. We're in the slipstream then of the Brazilian, and might just be able to make a move in to turn 1 then. Can we make it stick? Let's have a look. But no, we're just a bit too far back, to be honest, and we are going to have to be patient and try and make this move stick. But really, if 2nd place would not be a bad result, that would be fantastic, and easily our best result this season. Of course, just to remind you guys, our best result this season is 6th place, that British Grand Prix, of course, which I sadly could not show you, but certainly I should have a lot more episodes of this career coming up over the next few weeks, including the American Grand Prix, which should be up about Monday or Tuesday kind of time. But just trying to find a way then past Rubens Barrichello, and we got a pretty decent drive, but we do indeed drive into the wall there, so not the best driving. We really do need to bring the car home, because we really don't want to be throwing away this 2nd place. But you can see a few back markers are actually up ahead, and indeed we are now behind Barrichello, who is behind a back marker, and he's actually being held up by this back marker. This might give us an opportunity. Can we get past Rubens Barrichello? But no, Barrichello is on our left, and the Super Guri there, I'm not sure of which one it was, but probably Yuji Ide was on our right, and really we just had nowhere to go. But over this next lap, we're just trying to get as close as possible to Barrichello to set a move up out of the hairpin, which is probably going to be our best chance in this race. And I think it is actually our teammate Christian Albers ahead. Is he going to be able to give a bit of help to us? And indeed he is. He just kind of block Rubens Barrichello a tad bit there, and he's actually given us the lead of this race. We are leading the 2006 Canadian Grand Prix in our Midland, and we are going to complete then this final lap in the race lead, and we are going to be taking home the maximum 10 points from this race weekend. I'm going to come across the line then to take our first victory of this season then, and it's a victory that certainly tastes sweet. We had help from our teammate, but we did drive a very, very good race to come home then and take our first win of the season ahead of Barrichello. Alonso, the pole sitter, Ralf Schumacher fell to 4th, but still ahead of his brother, who finished 6th. Webber was 7th then, and Felipe Massa took the final point in 8th. Rosberg missing out. He was as high as 2nd place at 1 point. Trulli and Fisichella round out the top 11, but what a result though, taking the win with a bit of help from our teammate, but really, I think we were faster than Rubens Barrichello all along. Villeneuve then was 12th, ahead of Klein, Montoya, Heidfeld, Coulthard, Speed, and his teammate Luizzi. Ide and Albers were 19th and 20th. A late retirement for Takuma Sato, of course, who I believe we did go past, and that might have been Ide. And Jensen Button as well, of course, who we saw earlier with that engine failure. Not a good day for him, but a fantastic day for us. We take maximum points then from this race weekend, but as you can see at the top, boy, is it close. I mean, level on points now. Alonso and Raikkonen. Alonso leading, of course, because he's got the most wins. But we're up to 9th place now, ahead of Rosberg, Montoya, of course, in the McLaren, Trulli, Schumacher, Coulthard, Luizzi, and Villeneuve, of course, who is yet to score points, as well as Klein, Heidfeld, Sato, Speed, Ide, and our teammate Albers. is 22nd while we're 9th. That's certainly not reflecting well on the Dutchman, but what a fantastic result for us. And that certainly helped Midlands charge in the Constructors' Championship. We're up to 7th now then, just 4 points behind Tota, who are definitely a realistic target. And heading to America then, hopefully we can gain more ground on them. But just a little special something after winning the Canadian Grand Prix, which I was quite surprised to get actually, because I wasn't actually aware of this. But actually in F106 there are classic cars, and we actually did manage to get the Lotus, but I'll show you that, guys, in a minute. But of course this is a podium then, an animation we're not quite used to really on this game. Of course our first time on the podium, and it is a top step as well. How sweet is that? And what a fantastic way to do it. You can see the Midland man as well there. I'm not sure which, what his role in the team is, but whatever he's done, he's clearly doing a good job, because we've won the 2006 Canadian Grand Prix. We get the Lotus 49C then, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this race then. And if you guys do have any comments or suggestions for future episodes of this F106 Screen Mode, if you guys are enjoying it, then please hit that like button and subscribe, of course. But until next time, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.